Hello everyone and welcome. So this is part 2 of silly arguments with the narcissist, because basically I forgot to mention sort of an important part of that story, so I figured I'll just make this follow-up video. If you haven't seen the first one, it's in the description link. It's silly arguments with a narcissist. So this is actually part 2. All right, so after that whole cell phone incident had happened, which of course never got resolved, the ironic thing that happened, this was several months later, my husband had to go out of town. He was flying from Oregon on a direct flight to Los Angeles. His son was picking him up at the airport, and from there they were just driving right back to Oregon. So he's not going to be gone a week. He's really only going to be gone a day. So we're on the way to the airport, and he suddenly realizes he does not have his cell phone with him. Oh my God. Okay, so this dude literally flipped a U-turn on the highway. Yes, on the highway. He flips a U-turn. He's speeding back to the house. And I didn't really want to cause a big argument, but I was thinking, oh my God, look what I went through with my cell phone, not wanting to be away from it for a week while I traveled. And he's freaking out about one day. And so I said, you really don't have to worry about taking your cell phone with you. I mean, after all, you're meeting your son right at the airport. I can go ahead and call him for you and let him know that you don't have your cell phone, and you'll have access to a cell phone just as soon as he picks you up and you've got a direct flight. Okay, so he looked at me like I was out of my mind. So by this point, I had been pretty conditioned to not get him riled up. It was going to be a no-win situation, but I so much wanted to point out, look, you yelled and screamed at me for close to 2 hours because I didn't want to leave my cell phone at the house while I traveled out of state by myself and was going to be gone for a week. But you are freaking out about not having it for a day. So yeah, basically the rules that apply to a narcissist do not, to you, the rules that the narcissist set for you, they don't apply to them. They have their own rules and they can change on the daily, so you really don't know. And while I'm at it, I just thought I would share one more ridiculous story, and that would be what I would refer to as the wood burning incident. So in our home, or outside on our property, we actually had this really huge fire pit, and loved making fires there. So my son and his girlfriend were visiting. His son was there, my stepson, and he had 2 friends with him. So we're all out at the fire pit and we're enjoying the fire. Everyone's laughing, and I'm just like, I'm so happy. I'm just like, oh, my kid's here, and his kid's here. Everybody's having fun, and it's really great. And in the meantime, my husband was inside making margaritas. So here he comes out with the margarita mix. So prior to this, we were looking for some more stuff to burn in the fire. And my stepson had this huge bag of just pieces of wood. And he had actually brought it from his school, from a woodshop class or something like that he brought it from his school. It'd been sitting there for a while. And so I asked him, I was like, hey, can we burn this? Is that going to be okay? And he was like, yeah, sure, let's burn it. I can always get more anyway. And so I'm like, yay. Okay, so we take it outside. I have literally just put the last piece in, and now there's the empty bag. So here comes my husband, and he's coming out there with the margaritas and everything. He looks at that empty bag and says, you didn't burn the wood that was in that bag, did you? And I thought, oh God, yes I did. What am I gonna do? I just threw the last piece in. And of course I said, well, yeah, I did. I burnt it. And he went from total normal tone of voice to screaming, yelling, losing his mind. My son is looking at me like, what? And I'm just trying to look at him like, don't say anything. Just don't. Because I wasn't trying to inflame it. Meanwhile, my stepson actually stuck up for me, and he said, hey, what are you freaking out about? I can get more. I brought it from school. I can get more. This didn't help, unfortunately. And what I was unaware of at the time, and certainly my stepson was unaware at the time, is that by him sticking up for me, that would just created a bigger narcissistic injury for my husband, because how dare his son stick up for Lisa? Oh my God, that was out of the question. So it didn't help. It made things worse. I went to him and to my husband, who had gone into the garage, but you could still hear him loud and clear all over the neighborhood. And yes, neighbors did hear this. Unfortunately, it was very embarrassing. And I just said, hey, I don't know what else I can do. I can get you more wood, but it's already burned. I can't do anything about it. I'm sorry. And I'm fawning, you know, I'm just trying to get him to calm down, because I was embarrassed. I mean, you're chastising me, to say the least, like a child, in front of my own son, in front of your son, in front of all these people. So what you really need to know is, when a narcissist starts screaming and yelling at you like that in public with other people around, it is really getting bad. Because the whole cell phone incident, that happened between the two of us. Now, he put it up on Facebook, but there was no one else around but us when that argument took place. In this case, there were 5 other people besides me and my husband. So there's 7 altogether who are witnessing this entire thing. Also, if you've seen my videos exposing the narcissist part 1 and 2, where I put a lot of supporting evidence of what's going on, he had gotten really, really bad, and he didn't care who was around. He, you know, I mean, they're just going to amp up. Until you get away from them, they're going to keep going. So if you want to check those videos out, if you haven't seen them already, go ahead and do so. And again, if you have some crazy, ridiculous, stupid story that happened with your narc and you would like to share, I'd love to hear it. I do respond to every comment, and I try to get back to people very fast. So please feel free, share your experiences. And in the meantime, may you all have a very blessed day. Thank you for watching.